Are you nervous?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I can hear y'all's stomachs growl too, so please keep that in check.
Oh, really?
No.
I was like, man.
Justin's like,
Yeah,
I'm
no
hungry. All right, I'll go ahead and start.
My peeps. My peeps. You and me. 1, 2, 3. My peeps. My peeps. 1, 2, 3. You and me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the My Peep Show podcast. I am Anthony, and today I have a very awesome and funny and cool couple here. Well, hold on. They just left. Never mind. We'll just go ahead and get Justin and Sara to talk then.
Plan B coming through, guys.
Do not get me into trouble over that. Do not call me out on there. No. Okay, so I think we were just talking about this before it even started. I think we had a podcast because we were laughing so hard before it even started. And now probably the rest of this interview would be horrible because we were like, man, we should just recorded this stuff before. Okay, guys, say hi.
Hello.
Hola.
Okay, now that was Justin first, the male figure of the couple in the relationship, and Sara second. And there has been no drinking here. This is the scary part. There's just all water. So this is what's so awesome, though, and why we have so much fun. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Sara, you better talk.
Oh.
Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and let you guys, I'll make it easy. I'll start off easy on you. Okay, where were you guys born? Where were you born?
Dixon, Tennessee.
Dixon, Tennessee. Is that west, east, middle? What is that? I don't even.
West.
Is it? How far away from Cookville is it?
An hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Hour and 45 minutes. What about you, Sara?
Nashville.
What part of Nashville? What part of Nashville? Was it like the
Baptist
Brentwood?
Hospital.
I was like the Baptist area? There's Churches of Christ Nashville. There's Methodist Nashville. Now there's a Baptist. No, so like, which part did you grow up in Nashville? Like, was it Brentwood?
Smyrna.
Oh, okay,
The
so-
Smyrna area, and then we moved here when I was in the 7th grade.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, smart. I got family that live in Laverne, and so yeah, know the area very well. So, okay, guys. So, how on earth did you end up in Cookville? Justin, you first.
Tech.
Okay.
I moved up here for college.
Okay, so like, did you know you want to go to Tech? Like when you're in school, did you go, no, Tech's the place I'm going to go? Or was it kind of like, well, they're the only one that'll take me?
Basically, the only one that would take me. I was a manager at a grocery store. And
Which grocery store?
Chapel CV.
Chapel CB? Oh, CB, old school.
Yeah, old
Nice.
school. And
Like-
so I had two people that were working under me, and they was like, hey, you should move to Cookville with us. And it was like a week later, I was in Cookville. And
Are you
so,
serious?
yeah.
Is it that easy? Wow, Justin, we should move to Florida. Let's try. Let's see if this works. All right, Sara, how did you end up in Cookville?
Well, both sides of my family, my mom's and my dad's side, they're from the Cookville area.
Okay.
So all of our family was here. My parents had moved to the Nashville area before I was born.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then they just decided to move back.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. When you were in school, what was your personalities like? Are you the same way now as you were in school, or have you?
No.
Lord, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, Sara, go ahead.
I had a very close group of friends. I was very shy. I did not talk unless the teacher called on me. And I was always doing homework and always doing extra credit.
Were you straight A's?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's lying is not. Just so you know, lying is not allowed on this podcast.
I had a 3.8, I think, when I graduated.
Wow, mine was. I know you get some points for putting your name on tests. So there's somewhere in the. I don't know what you get after names and then coin flips of 50-50. Were you that bad too?
I had a 2.4, 2.2 when I graduated
I was lower
high
than
school.
you. I was so bad. It was And it's sad that my boys are going to hear this someday because I'm like, guys, you have to study.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know that Dad had some problems in school, like struggled with it. Because I just thought, because I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. And like, I thought, what is algebra going to help me? I mean, I passed all these things, but it was like, what do I need at the end of the year on that test to pass the whole year? You know what I mean? And so like, I never thought to myself, no, I'm going to do college afterwards, because college wasn't on my radar. It wasn't even, I was like, no, when I get done, I'm going to, I want to do some stand-up comedy. And I had, this is so bad. Like, I wanted to surf and play outdoor beach volleyball. I mean, like, I think my mind was born in California, but everything else was, but I'm actually from Florida. So I was born in Pensacola, Florida, but I was raised here in Tennessee. So that's why I'm here in Tennessee. So, okay. So Justin, like in school, how are you?
I was very shy.
Really?
Very shy.
Okay. So like,
Still shy.
do you think you're more outgoing now?
Oh yeah.
See, you have to be though, which we'll get into it more later, you know, because you also preach on the side as well. So you kind of have to have that, you know, socialness to you. What are you laughing about?
It's my straight face. She's like,
He's like, no, I don't really like talking to people, even after church services. Just assume they leave me alone. No, but you have to have that to a certain extent, because like when somebody comes, hey, great job, and you're like, oh, thanks. Because I know when we first met, which was at Eastwood Baptist Church.
he was scared. Remember that? He was scared.
Wow, was I? It was
Because
from
Clint
teaching.
Told him.
Oh.
It's his first time teaching, and Clint
right.
told him that, man, you better watch out. This guy is really
That's right.
theological.
I
in his-
remember
in
that
the
because
Bible.
I was substitute teaching in the Sunday school class, and I had asked Clint, I was like, is this guy like really knowledgeable? Because I bring no knowledge to our Sunday school classes, and I don't want somebody calling me out in the middle. No, it's Ephesians 6, Anthony. Ephesians 6, not 4. And he was like, no, he knows his stuff. And I was like, great. I was like, maybe I should call in sick today at church. But no, you guys were so awesome, and you did such a great job preaching and stuff. But okay, so back to young Sarah and Justin. So you guys go to tech. How did you guys meet? Let's discuss that.
Well, we had...
Now, I've seen a video on how you guys met.
Yeah. Let's not bring that up.
But no,
Advertise that.
no, I seen the screenplay, the film version of that, which still it gets me a little bit. But I want you guys to tell the listeners how you guys met.
I was
Tell
stalked.
your stalking side. No, tell your stalk. I'll tell
Okay.
my stalking side first, and you can tell your stalking side.
So, I actually thought he was somebody else. Like, I know that sounds really bad.
We need to back up. We had a mutual friend, and I added her on Twitter.
And by the way, this podcast is not responsible for any divorces. Okay, I don't know if I should have had this form printed out beforehand.
Agreement. No, we had a Twitter friend, like mutual friend, and so I added her because I used to go into IGA where she used to work, and every Wednesday they had lasagna, and it was good too. And that's where I first seen her, and oh my gosh, like so I went in there every Wednesday and hoping she'd come talk to me. Like,
Really?
Notice me, yes. And there was always this sweet old lady, like, oh, how are you doing again?
And you're like,
No. And so she never came up, and so I never got the nerve to like, hey, what's her name? Come here, talk to me. Never
were
got
you
that
seeing
nerve.
anybody at the time? Or were you single?
This time you were single,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, cool.
And so then so then I added her on Instagram, and we started adding her on Facebook. You know how that works. And so she posted a picture
You
of her
millennials,
fishing
you.
somewhere, and I was like, "Hey, we should go fishing sometime." Is the comment I put on it? Just trying to get this conversation. Nothing back. Nothing
Oh.
back.
Oh,
And so I stopped after that.
She just retweeted it.
No.
Look what this guy just asked. Retweet.
No, I really thought it was somebody else because there was someone that worked, like, was affiliated with IGA, and they had very similar names on
The same
Instagram.
initials.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and so I was like, what does this guy want? Just go away.
Seriously. So you thought it was this dude then,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
so I
gotcha.
just, like, kind of ignored it, and so But like he said, we had mutual friends.
Justin didn't come in the store and go, you know, I tweeted something to you the other day and you didn't respond. Because that would be awkward, Justin.
No.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So then, I don't even. This is terrible. I should know this full story.
So
Again, I'm not liable.
Then I was working, and I was still working at Spring Street Market, and she comes in with her boyfriend. Okay, with her boyfriend.
Ooh.
And so-
now, did you know he worked there?
Yes.
Okay,
So-
were you guys, now had y'all even spoke at this
No,
point?
we've never.
No.
spoken
Oh,
at this
okay,
point.
gotcha. Were you like heartbroken when you seen her come in with him?
Yes,
Oh,
because she was
no.
wearing khakis and like this
Excuse me.
white shirt, and
Most impressive on
yes,
remembering
like,
these
yes,
things.
and like had on these like nice, like I wear Toms all the time, and so she had Toms on.
What are Toms? I don't know what Toms are. What are they?
You don't know where Toms are?
I'm fixing to be 40 years old. I don't know
They're
these
like
things.
these slip-on shoes that like
Oh, okay, gotcha.
you buy a pair, you give a pair away.
You wasn't doing this when showing the store like feet.
No,
She got the Toms on.
but anyway, so I remember what she was wearing, and like so. My manager at the time was like, "Oh my gosh, that's the girl," and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "That's my dream girl," and he was like, "No," and I was like, "Yes, dude." He's like, "Her?" I
No,
was like,
you
"Her."
really said
I
that.
said that, and he still works the same store. You can ask him, but and so she left with him, and I was like, "Man," and I hid in the back. Like I was actually supposed to be dust mopping. That's why I told him. He's like, "Why are you doing back here? You're supposed to be doing that outside." I'm like, "That's my dream girl."
I love how. Hold on, let's rewind this for you. So, how she's supposed to be the one, and you figured the best way to make this happen is you be in the back and avoid all contact
Yeah, 'cause
possible.
she
I
was
like
with
to
her
make a
boyfriend.
joke, but I say I swept him off his feet because he was swooping.
I'll put a rim shot in there if I can remember this one.
So I'm hiding in the back, and her boyfriend comes back there to put something up or something, and so she comes back there. So I dart out the hallway and like, and then so a couple of weeks later or something, she tweets me finally back,
Right.
and she was like, "Hey, are y'all hiring?" And I was like, "Okay, this is my chance." And so like I tweeted her back and said, "Yeah." I said, "I can give a."
You should have. You know what would have been great? You said. You would have been great if you said, "My heart's hiring."
That would
That
have
would've
been
been-
like, no.
But, and then you're like, but no, yeah, we are hiring at the store.
Yeah, she would have blocked me quick.
I'm kidding. Okay, so she asked. That's so crazy that she tweeted you. Are you guys hiring? But that's how it started, right?
Yeah.
So she tweeted me, and I was like, "No, but I can give I said, "Yeah, but we can give an application. I can give an application to your boyfriend." And then,
And you're like,
I said, "Then I mean, he can just turn it in or whatnot."
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
was like, "Well, we're not doing so great right now, so I'll just come in and get it from you." So,
And he's like, score.
yes.
yeah, so I was really excited about that, and so
Justin, why are you in a tuxedo today? Bagging groceries? It's nothing. Just making sure everything's good. Paper plastic, ma'am. That's awesome. Okay, so hold on. Now we'll get back to Justin. All right, Sarah. Enter Sarah. So did you go and do the application, or you gave her the application? Correct.
Did you
He.
ever fill out an application? I don't remember.
I don't know.
No, she came in and got an
I got
application.
Oh,
And
okay.
then she messaged me again and said, "Hey, I got my application. What I'll do now?" I said, "All right, I'll talk to George. I'll talk to the manager." And then
Sarah's heart immediately drew you to her.
yeah. So
What do I got to do here? I'm trying to get a job.
How
dude.
do I filled it out. What's next?
Yeah, and so I told
Yes.
my manager, I was like, "Hey, I know this girl, like, she'd be really great."
Please hire.
Yeah.
Please,
Well, I
please
didn't tell
hire.
him that. Hey, I want to date this girl.
Yeah,
I
because
just
that
said,
probably
"Hey."
would have been bad
Yeah,
too. Because he was like, yeah,
because I was a manager at the time.
absolutely.
So.
Okay, gotcha.
And so she walks in, and like I was like doing something on the front wall or something, and she walks in like this blue dress with cowboy boots on, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Slow mo.
Yes, like when, like Fabio just winging it, blowing. And that's what I was putting something on the shelf, and I was just like,
That's so great.
and so she walks.
But in her mind, she's like, yeah, fly. And whatever. That's great. So okay, so you got a job there?
Yeah, she got.
I did get a job.
Okay, so when did you have any inkling that he liked you?
Yeah.
Or were you
Yes
really
and
good
no.
about hiding it?
That's
I
really
mean,
good about hiding it.
I
That's
thought
real
he was
shy
just
to her.
like, because like I said, we had mutual friends, so I thought he was just being nice, trying to help somebody out, get a job.
Gotcha. Okay.
But we seen before that. I seen her somewhere, and like I was with some friends, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's her!" And so like this time, I was like, "All right, we're going to talk to her," because I had a friend with me. I had some confidence, you know. And
Yeah, right.
Because he looked worse than I did, so I had some confidence. And so I was like, so we walked around forever, and like she just disappeared in the wind. Like I was like, and we were running after her. And like we're just gonna slow
Hey,
down before we.
I just seen you down just having an allergy. Soaked in sweat. Okay, so do you make the first move on asking her out there?
Not really. Like
No.
she
Okay.
came back later that night and wearing an Alabama shirt.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a shame.
She had like she was a football player for some reason.
Okay.
Like comes
Okay.
back to the store and like starts talking to me. And I don't know how we got each other's number
On Facebook.
on Facebook. Yeah.
So I was in the library at Tech studying,
Okay.
and like I get this message on Facebook, and it's him, and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey."
Hey, did you have hey ... or is it just hey?
Just hey.
Okay.
Just hey.
And what did you
I
say?
was like,
Hey.
I was trying to be
"Hey."
smooth.
He's like,
tonight.
"What?" He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm in the library studying," and he's like, "Yep, okay." So then he's like, "So are you ever gonna give me your number?"
Wow, gangsta.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
Gangsta with an A at the
I
end,
was
like
smooth at first, and I was
gangsta.
just like, I don't want to play this anymore. Is she gonna give me her number?
"Yeah." So
Right?
then I was like, I don't really like to give my number out to people.
Oh no!
So-
Wah, wah, wah.
So then I remember that now. So then I said, okay, well here's.
Is
my
this where the
number.
stalkerness comes
Yeah,
in?
this is-
I'm outside the window.
I see you.
Actually, I was actually fixing to go library, and like we were fixing to study for a test. And so, but anyway, I told her, I said, well, since you don't want to give me your number out, I said, here's mine. You can text me. And then like I kind of left it at that.
Wow.
Didn't like message her back or
That's
anything.
cool.
And so she messaged me, and she said something, and I messaged her back, and I said Alabama sucks or something, and she sent me one back. And yeah, that was real smooth. She sends me like this message that says SMS error due to hatred of the greatest team in the world. Because you don't remember like when you used to like
Yeah.
you couldn't send a text message
Oh,
on
yeah,
the back
yeah,
of the
yeah.
old Nokia phones. It would
That's
say
great.
SMS error.
Yeah.
So she sent me
That's
SMS
brilliant.
error.
It
That
said,
is
like,
brilliant.
due to your hatred towards the greatest team, your message cannot be delivered.
And it was like history from there. But I didn't know this, and this is going to go on the podcast for a week and know later. She showed up, like, she stalked me, and that's how I know she stalked me. She calls me one night, and I'm like, what is she calling
Now, have you
me
guys
for?
been on a date?
No, we've not been.
Okay,
we've not
at this
hung out
point?
At this point.
Okay, gotcha.
So she calls me, and I'm like, why are you calling me?
What time is it?
It's
How
like,
late?
It's like 8.
Oh,
8
okay.
or 9. It was like she just got out of a class. Well, I thought
So
she got
elderly
out of a
people
class.
bedtime,
Yes.
which is, you know,
Normal.
That's
We were
pretty
in
late for
college,
them.
so it didn't matter.
got you.
So she calls me. She was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just studying, watching TV, something." And she was like,
Oh,
She's
so-
like, "Well, I'm at your apartment." I'm like,
What? What?
and so I hung up on her, and then I go outside, and I was like, "What?" Because I didn't know what she drove, and I was like, "How do you know where I live?" She's, "I don't know what you drive." I'm like, and so I didn't know this until like a year later, but she just got done dumping her boyfriend when she came to my apartment that night, and I was like,
Oh,
my
gangsta! Wow. So, okay, what on earth? Where did you even think? I'll go to his apartment and let him know I'm here.
Don't
I
even
mean-
know.
I don't even, we stood out because I lived in like it was a studio apartment, so like we had like 4 apartments on upstairs, and like it had like this huge like balcony kind of area, and so we stood up there for like a couple of hours just talking, and then I was like, man, that was the weirdest thing ever. I didn't even invite her inside. I was like, we didn't even go get dinner or anything. We just
No,
stood
that's
outside
awesome,
and talked
though.
on the balcony for like a couple of hours. And I thought it was like, man, I went to bed that night and I was like, man, that's so awesome. And then like a year later, she tells me, oh yeah, hey, you know, I just broke up with Trey. And I was like, I was the rebound guy. I was literally the ring bell guy, and I was like, I was kind of hurt.
But Charles Barkley is a great rebounder, and he's considered an all-time great. So, okay, Sarah. So that night of talking to him, did you go, "Wow, this guy's really cool," or are you just like, "No, that's not even in that. That's not even what I look. I just wanted to talk to somebody." What was this point of this conversation?
Well.
All right, Justin. Hey, Justin's put himself out there. Let's hear it.
I don't know. Like I never really had like a serious relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I just always had more guy friends
Gotcha.
than girlfriends.
Okay.
So I was like, this can be a really good guy relationship kind of thing.
And it already started off with some humor because
Yeah.
y'all text each other like you're like Alabama sucks, and so that's cool. I get that. That makes sense. Like after the first talk though, did you think no, he's really cool, or did you think he's just like a brother to me?
No,
Friend zone
I don't
immediately.
think the friend zone was never really there. But it's kind of weird though because it was never that like head over heels kind of moment, but it was just
really?
like.
Really?
Like we knew each other already, but we didn't.
Right.
Like we just kind of clicked from the beginning, and we never really had to have a get to know you, awkward first date kind of thing.
Yeah, like Nicole, the first time we went on our first date, I'd held open the door for her because I was like, that's what guys do. You know what I mean? Like that's what we do. And so like she looks at me like. I was like, wow, that was kind of, and like she tells me today, she was like, I remember thinking I can open my own door, She thought I was doing it because like, oh, I think she's helpless, so let me get it.
Right.
It's like, because she's from Jersey, so like, that's what they're used to. It's not Southern hospitality, so, but it was funny. Quick little story about Nicole and I. So when we first started texting each other, it was like, hey, how you doing? And it was very friendish and yada yada. And so, and I had texted her. I was working third shift at Nissan at the time, and I had texted her the night before, and I was like, hey, I hope you're doing good, and yada yada. I hope you had a good day, whatever. No big deal. Because I wasn't even remotely thinking, And so relationship her stuff, and we hadn't even hung out yet. We were just texting. It was just like, hey, And so I didn't hear from her for like 3 or 4 days. And I was old enough time where I knew I couldn't go, you okay? What's going on? What's wrong with you? Something I did? Like you don't see in 12 texts in a row like that. I know that. So like I was like, okay, I'll wait a little while. And so it was like one day later, and then I think maybe it was a day or two later, and I was like, hey, is everything okay? And still nothing. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be an idiot here and keep texting this girl. She goes, oh, great. He's texting me again. Like I'm trying to let this guy go, And so I was like, I know it's so bad, but I texted her, I was like, hey, look, if you want me to leave you alone, I'll totally do it because I feel really weird texting you, no responses. So please just tell me, leave me alone. And so then she texts me back like, no, I'm so sorry. I've been in the hospital. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure you've been in the hospital. That's a new one. Been in the hospital. And then I was like, oh, so sorry to hear that. Too bad. Hope you get to feeling better. And so she sent me a text. And so she had like a little bitty stuffed animal with her. And she was laying in a hospital bed. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's really, she's really in the hospital. So like I had sent, even though we had never even met yet. So like I called up to the hospital because she had just been, I think she was here from, her and her best friend moved from Jersey like 6 months before, I believe. So she knew nobody down here. And so I was like, you know what? I'll send her some flowers at the hospital. I'll have some flowers sent to the room and stuff. And so it went from there, and I mean like literally, I know one of my coolest moments with Nicole when I knew like, this woman is for me is because we were in the dollar store. I had to run a dollar store. I had my own apartment and stuff. And I had to run a dollar store and get a couple things real quick before we were going to go out. And this was early into the dating process. And so we were going down a toy aisle and we seen like one of these toy horses that you can ride. And so we was like, hey, we should get on these, ride these. And she's like, yeah. And so like we were riding toy horses up and down the aisle. And I was like, she didn't care. And I was like, I love this woman.
Yeah.
Like this is awesome. Okay, so
Awesome.
yeah, oh yeah, my wife's amazing. I love you, sweetie. Thanks for your support. But she won't listen to this, trust me. But all right, so you guys, first date, how do you get that? Like, Do you go, hey, let's go on a date sometime? Or do you go, oh, I got to play this cool because I can't just go, hey, let's go on a date? Do you go, hey, we should go grab a bite to eat or something? Do you guys remember?
We were getting off work because she was working at the time. And, like, we were still texting. Since that night that she came to my apartment, we kind of hung out, like, almost all the time.
Okay.
Like, we didn't been on a date yet. And so, like, I think it was we got off work one night early or something. Or we wasn't at work. Or I don't know. We worked that morning shift. That was it. And I was like, hey, you want to go to dinner tonight? And she was like, are you actually going to ask me out on a date?
Did you want him to? Now, like, end scene for Justin. And were you like, finally, dude?
Yes.
Like, seriously? How long had you guys been talking up to this point?
About 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Did you start to see him in that light of, wow, he's a really cute guy and I really connect with him? Or was it still like, well, let's just go on a date and then we'll go from there kind of thing?
Honestly, he's 6 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the time I was, 20?
Yeah, I was 25.
20, about to turn 20. So I was thinking, maybe this is just what older people do. Maybe they don't. Because in high school, you're like, okay, we're dating. And here's our anniversary date. And so I was just thinking, maybe you just kind of go with it and you just hang out. And then eventually you'll go on a date. I don't know.
Yeah.
So when he asked me, I was like, yes.
Awesome.
Got one.
Like, back in high school, yeah, you're like, oh, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? Like, no, this is dumb. I don't do that now. Like, I was like, no. Because she had to ask me, like, are we dating? I was like, well, what are we doing then? And I was shocked. I was like, oh, my. Like, are we breaking up? Because I was like, well, yeah.
Justin's already going, it's our 4-week anniversary. And she goes, wait, we've been dating for 4 weeks? Hold on here.
Right.
Well, because I can't, like, when we first started hanging out, like, I mean, that's like us, started dating.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like,
do you think it puts pressure on it?
Name. I do.
Like, once you kind of confirm it, like when you go, oh, wow, this is a date, does it change things a little bit? Like, oh, that's a little more pressure now. Like, when you go out to eat, did you guys, because I know, like, it's a difference if you hang out with the person of the opposite sex. It's kind of like, I'm old buddy and stuff. Because I've had plenty of friends that are opposite sex, and it's just like completely like, so anyways, this is what happened at work and stuff. But like, if you take it that next level of like more than friends, it's like,
well, that's kind of what we did when our first going out to eat together.
Where'd you guys go out to eat first
we
date?
went to Cheddar's.
Nice,
Yeah.
Cheddar's.
And I didn't know her sister worked there, and her sister was scoping me out the whole entire time. I didn't know that till like a couple weeks later. She's like, oh, hey, since I'm going to have to meet your mom, my sister was there at Cheddar's, and she talked to you. But, no, like, because
my dad was at the gas station that we stopped by as well.
that's another funny story. We're going to get to that, too.
Okay, great.
But so, I still have the note, but like, I asked her something like, so, what do you think of me? And she was real shy at first. I don't know why, but.
Wait, hold on. You wrote a note?
No, she wrote a note, like on a napkin. And I still have the
That's
note.
sweet.
Real cool.
That is awesome.
Like,
because I was going to say, if you wrote a note.
No.
I was just like, gangsta skills downgraded.
Because I was trying to get her like, what do you feel about me? Like, and so she wrote it on a note, but she said can't read it until after I leave. And I was like, well,
then she puts her tea on it. It's smeared.
Like,
what do you, me? And I was like,
so I was like, well, can't you go to the bathroom or something? So I read the note that night and whatnot, and then like, so I was like, so we went to, I don't know where we were, it was the same week, and I was like, hey, my sister and mom are coming up for my birthday, and like, you want to meet them in Nashville? I was like, you want to go with me? And so she went with me, and
real quick, what was on the note? What was on the note again? What does it just say?
just about how she liked me.
I mean,
She was,
like,
having a great
is it just
time.
like this little napkin where you go, Justin, when we first met, back 4 weeks ago, I remember
it's
this
like
one
that.
time.
One of those napkins that like they fold the silverware up in.
Ah,
So
okay.
she had
So you
it,
guys
she
stole
wrote
from
here.
Cheddar's, basically,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're
It wasn't
basically-
cloth.
Oh, okay, cloth. Okay, you're good.
But so like, yeah, she wrote it, and I had to go like open it. And like, oh, okay, what? It ends, and then I was like, oh, and then so I had to open it again.
I want you to know, basically, how I feel is.
Yeah, and I was like, that's it. And then so I texted her. I remember texting you then. And I was like, hey, there's no ending. She was like, you gotta open the napkin. I'm like, oh, okay. And then so because she didn't write it like on the napkin like a sheet of paper. She had to write it where you just open it. Oh, hey, there's the first, and then you had to open it again, and then you open it.
Would have been great if there was a male waiter there. He picks it up. He's like, Hey, Tom, look at this. I don't even know who this woman is. That'd have been so great. Or if the napkin was on Justin's side, and Justin's like, I don't even know who that guy is, and he just wrote this really pretty stuff to me. I'm kidding, but all right. So, anyways, you guys, so you read the napkin. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Where did the love thing creep in? Like, was it a couple months? Was it a couple weeks? Was it immediately?
That weekend, like we went. We've already been dating. I thought we've already been dating for like almost a month now.
Uh-huh.
And like we went to Nashville and went to American Pickers store.
Oh yeah, I love that store. We've been there like 2 or 3 times. Way smaller than what I thought.
Yeah,
you know.
And like way expensive.
I know. I was like, we'll take the coaster. Here's the credit card. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So.
And so we went there, and then we went to eat at Joe's Crab Shack with my mom. And now, so leave that word out.
What?
My mom's kind of a tough person to meet, you know.
Okay.
So she's like, so that was like, well, because if
So you guys hadn't met the parents at this point?
she met, well,
You met my dad.
I already met your dad, yeah. But
Is that a tough obstacle course in
yeah,
itself?
her dad and my mom was a tough obstacle, so
They're
Okay.
like the same person.
Really?
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
Really? So were you scared when you met her dad, or was you kind of
No,
like?
because I was working.
He
and
didn't even plan
I didn't
on
even
meeting
know
my
what
dad.
I didn't even know who her dad looked like, but I was going to bang him.
That's
at this
better
point.
though, you know. I mean, like when you don't have an ideal.
Well, I was going to bang him, and I was telling her, I was like, hey, you know, I go to church at Bangham Heights. And she was like, oh, my dad goes there, but I never knew.
What?
You know, who he
No
was.
way.
And so I was stalking Brad, and this guy just comes up to me, he's like, hey, you're dating my daughter. I'm like, because I didn't know we were dating. And so I was like,
Huh?
I thought we were just hanging out. You know,
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I thought about saying which one. And so that's how I was just joking with him, like, oh, which one?
Oh my
Kidding, buddy. He's just like,
But no, he said, because he said it kind of fast. He was like, "Oh, hey, you're dating my daughter works here," and I was like, "Shh, don't tell everybody that. I'm dating somebody that works here." And he was like, oh, "So I just thought I'd meet you," and I'm like, "Oh," and then he starts going on this whole kick about her brother-in-law, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Okay, hold that thought. I gotta get some more bread," because at this point, like everybody already bought all the bread I put out.
oh
I was
wow, that's awesome. Okay, so all right, you guys. I'm trying to think of what should we go into next. This has been really good here. So, all right, let's go to the engagement.
Okay.
Fast forward a couple years later.
How long had we dated? We dated.
almost 2 years.
When did you like? Hey, Sarah, let me ask you a question. If he'd have proposed to you after 6 months, would you have said yes?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
What about a year?
Probably a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
year. All right. No, that's cool.
We started dating in 2012, and we got engaged in 14.
Yeah, so 2 years.
Okay, so the day that you're gonna you have to tell this story. This is good. So the setting. It's a beautiful. Is it afternoon? Day.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
afternoon. Yeah.
Okay.
because we went to Ruby Falls that morning.
Okay, so you went to Ruby Falls. It's in Chattanooga, correct?
Yes, that's a funny story too.
Okay, so let's hear it. Somebody,
So-
bring it.
So I was like, hey, let's just go somewhere and like just go somewhere.
Are you nervous at this point?
Yeah.
You have no
Well, I
idea,
didn't know-
Sarah.
And
Well,
I'm
I
like,
didn't know.
weekend trip.
I didn't because
Super
I've
excited.
had the ring for about half a year now,
Uh-huh.
and so I was just looking at the perfect time. She's like, hey, I've always wanted to go to Chattanooga, and I was like, I don't ever remember being to Chattanooga. So she gets like tickets gets hotel at the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
the choo-choo. Like,
Yeah,
Choo-choo train thing.
gotcha.
And so I was like, because I like old stuff, like I'm a big history buff.
Okay.
So, like, we get there, and so instead of like us staying, you can stay in the caboose and like actually stay in the train, but we stay in the old hotel part,
Okay.
and so it's expensive just for one night.
First of all, I'm pretty sure it's haunted.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Really?
So
Never
we
been
walk
there.
in there.
Yes.
We walk in the
Super
room,
creepy.
and it looked like it was a room from like the 40s, like when the place was built or whenever it was built. And she looked at everything. She was like,
Anything old, those feels haunted. Did it really like
It really
legit?
did.
It was
And I don't
weird.
believe in
We were
ghosts at
walking down
all.
the hallway to the room, and like the lights are flickering.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like it's a super nice hotel, because there's a difference in it just being like a rundown hotel and it being creepy. And it
Yeah.
was definitely on the creepy scale.
Yeah, okay, so I'll tell you real quick before you continue. My one encounter, I don't even say encounter, experience, all right? This is sad to say that a couple years ago, I got immensely into ghost shows because I didn't believe in it. Because I thought, I just don't believe in it. But how can so many people be wrong, right? You know, like, I just think, so anyway, so I thought, you know, this is so bad. I was like, I'm going to go get a digital voice recorder, and I'm going to see if this is legit, because unfortunately, my grandparents had passed away in a couple months before, and so the trailer was just sitting there, and nobody stayed in it or whatever. So I'd asked my dad, I was like, hey, look, my dad and mom was like, you mind if I throw this thing in there one night and just see if we get anything? I was like, I know it's stupid, but I just want to see, you know? So, all right. So, I feel so stupid saying this. This is so stupid, nerdy. All right, so I go into a digital voice recorder, and I was like, it was like straight up out of some stupid supernatural show, and I was like, all right, so I have a stop laughing. I have a digital voice recorder. I'm talking out loud. I'm doing this. I'm like, I have a digital voice recorder here. Here's the red light. If you come to this light and say anything or make any noises, this way I'll know. Yeah, I'm a grown man here, folks. Grown man. All right. So listen, okay, now this thing's supposed to record up to 10 hours, all right? So I throw this thing in there at like 10 o'clock at night. I know, I mean, and they live my Granny and Pa's trailer was way in the middle of nowhere. And so, excuse me. So anyways, 10 o'clock at night, or actually I take it back, it was around 9. And so I set it there on the kitchen table, and I was like, even if you want to make like a knock. All right, so you're laughing.
A couple of options.
Exactly right. Here's a sandwich. There's mayonnaise or mustard. Which one will you put on? This will let me know. But anyways, so like next morning, this thing should still have like 2 or 3 more hours of recording. So I get it, and it's dead. I was like, what the heck? This thing's brand new. I've never even used it before. It's dead, all right? And so I take it back into the house, plug it into the computer, and I've got like 3.5 hours of audio here because I plug it in a little thing, equalizer, and it shows you all the things. And I was like, so I plug it in, and it's like just straight line, except for like one spot where it's just like allowed, you know, it just, you know, does its thing there. And I was like, what the heck? So I kind of fast forwarded it to that spot, and I kid you not, there's knocking on it, and the thing died after it. That's my only experience with it. And I don't, and like, you don't even understand, I don't believe in this stuff, but like, I had to show my mom, let my mom and dad hear it, because I was worried about telling my dad, because, I mean, look, you know, that was where his mom and dad lived, and I was like, I don't want to disrespect him, and mom was like, you need to let him hear this, and so you literally, like, just, and I kid you not, a little bit later, the thing died. I tried it again, and it didn't work. Dad was like, it must have been some wind or something. No, there's no wind, and there's no trees that would even hit the thing. And you even hear, and I'll say this too, you do see on the little thing where the air conditioner comes on and off, or actually, no, it's the heater actually, where the heater comes on and off throughout the entire thing. It was just like, you just see the little bit, but there was just a spike, and that tripped me out. So, not to get away from your story, but that was my only experience, because like, that was mind-blowing to me. But I still am, a skeptic or whatever of that stuff. But anyway. Okay, so you guys, 1940s, we're back to the engagement thing. And so... Yeah,
so we're at this hotel, and I'm just not getting good vibes from this place. It's just weird, and it's freaking me out. Okay. Because I'm the kind of person, if I think about it, I start
my imagination is my biggest enemy, yeah.
Yes. So... I'm like, I think we should get a different hotel. I'm like, this place is just a little on the creepy side.
So you really did get a different hotel?
We did. So we went down and stayed at the Micro Inn.
Yeah, because they tell us, like, oh,
formerly the Rainbow Inn or something?
Because they tell you, like, oh, hey, well, that's not going to be back on your card for another couple of days. And so, like, we're like, oh, because it was expensive just to stay in that part of the hotel. And so it was like, oh, that's all we got. So $49.99 special.
Now the Micro Inn, do they give you the option of bed bugs, or is that just something that?
It's included. It's in.
Awesome, that's so great. Okay, so you go stay in the other hotel, and everything's cool. A normal night up to this point. Next day, are you scared, Justin? Are you nervous?
Yeah. Because at this point, like, I didn't know where I was gonna do. I just knew it's gonna happen this weekend. because she told me 3 rules, like if I ever proposed to her.
3
I
rules.
have to ask her dad.
Okay, did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I had
smart.
this whole sermon prepared, and he didn't even listen to it, so I preached it to her mom. He's like, "Yeah." He actually, the day that he told me that he met me with the bread, he told me I could marry her that day.
Shut up.
Yes, I'm being serious. I look
Wow.
that good. I used to look that good. Yep.
That's impressive.
Don't make me spit out my water.
All right, I got a quick story. A couple weeks ago, Clint was talking. He was doing a sermon, and he was talking because my wife and I and the boys would kind of sit near the back, and it's so wrong, but I can't help myself. So like during the sermon, Clint's going, a lot of us, how many of us can raise our hand and say we look as good as we did in our prime? And I was just like this, and he goes, well, at least you're honest, Anthony. And I was like, can't pass that up, man. That's just an opportunity. You don't just let that go. Nicole was like, oh my gosh. She goes, you dork.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next day, you're going to propose. Did you not have any idea that it was going to be the bridge, or was it just...
No,
okay.
it was just spontaneous. Because I knew it was like going to be somewhere, so we didn't really know if we want to go to Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga or Ruby Falls or do something else.
We went to the zoo, too.
And so, yeah, we went to Ruby Falls, and then the zoo was just kind of spontaneous. It's like, oh, man, she loves animals, so let me go propose to her. And there was no spot whatsoever at the zoo because it just looked like it was ran down. And so I was like, man, so after the zoo, I was like, man, I'm just going to propose to her at Sonic because we were kind of thirsty, so we just go at Sonic.
Oh, my God.
It's happy hour at Sonic, so...
I
went there.
So mad.
And so I was like, we were just on our phones.
People get married at Waffle Houses. Why not Sonic?
I don't know.
I'm
It's
kidding.
just-
I'm kidding. No, you don't
So-
do it, Sonic.
So we was at Sonic. I was like, oh, hey, they have a bridge here that's really cool. And so I was going all the way back to our first, what I call, I was like a really, she calls, the day we started dating because we went to Nashville. And, after we got back, she's like, so are we dating?
Yeah.
Because we went we walked on the bridge, and then, we had a carousel ride, throughout.
Not a carousel.
Whatever it's called.
That's
The horse
a
and buggy.
merry-go-round.
The horse and buggy thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
around,
yeah.
Carriage.
around Nashville. And so that was kind of her first official date. And so I was like, oh, hey, there's a really cool bridge here. And then so as soon as we get to the bridge, she was like, and I was nervous. I had a jacket on for some reason, because the box I had was because I figured she wanted a box that opens.
Yeah, right.
Not just me have the ring.
Right.
And so the box was huge.
Here, catch.
And so I didn't want to put it in my pocket and then her be like, what is that?
This being
And so because you could tell it would be like a ring box. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
She's like, why are you bringing your jacket? I was like, I don't know, just in
It's
case you get cold.
80 degrees
Yeah, it was hot outside.
I don't know, just in case the breeze picks up later, sweat just dripping.
And so we get to the bridge. She's like, wow, this is beautiful. And I was like, okay,
This is it,
dire
man. Yes,
nerve.
good
And
call. Good
So
call.
as soon as we get on the bridge, she's like, hey, let's take a picture. And she's like, okay. And so I went and asked the couple.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of history from there. But she was so nervous afterwards.
Wasn't you blown away? Could you tell me guys before the podcast? What did you say? Who did you call?
I called my best friend.
Okay.
And I was shaking while I was talking because I had no idea what had just happened because he never asked to take a picture.
Yeah.
And so this random couple that he asked to take a picture came over. He popped the question. They snapped it.
It just
and
happened
then
so
they
fast, right?
And
Yeah.
so we had to go sit down because I didn't even know what was going on. I was freaking out. So I called my
Did you
friend.
cry?
No, I was just so shook up
Yeah.
because I didn't know.
Did you cry, Justin?
I almost did after she was all shaking. I was like, man, she made the right choice. What's going on here? She was never like this before.
Oh my gosh, that would have worried me too. Not seeing her in that state before would have been like, is there regret there?
So I was like, are you okay? Are you sure you want to do this? I mean, are you sure you want to marry me? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And then hands the phone to me. I'm like, who's this? And she was like, is she okay? And I'm like, what do you mean she okay? She said yes. Should she be worried or something? She was like
my best friend could tell that something was up.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't talk to her, so I just handed him the phone. And he was like, yeah, I just proposed. We're engaged.
right.
But after an hour or so, once the emotions and everything had settled down, we were like, oh my gosh, we're engaged. And
That's
we were
awesome.
super excited about it.
I was smooth too. I remember. I was like, because she was like, I'm gonna take a picture, so like I put her arm around her back, and then like I kind of like just turned her a little bit, and then like just went down.
That's awesome.
Like on my knees, and she was like, I don't have my phone's dead, but like one of her pictures, she was like,
because the guy held his finger down on the picture.
Yeah, like he picked
the whole time.
everything. Like, you can see me
So
going down.
we got every shot, which I'm thankful for now.
Yeah.
So
That's so awesome. I think one of the reasons I asked you guys on here, other than the fact that you said yes, is the fact that you said I'm kidding. Kind of. No, seriously. But no, I want to get into this a little bit. Like, what I think's so cool, there's two things that stand out the most to me about you guys. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to say three. One is that I think you guys always have fun. I think that's awesome and that's huge. I think so many people are worried today about what other people think, and you got to be this way at a certain age, and when you're a couple, you just don't. No, like, to me, with your best friend, your spouse, this is, you act the way you want to act, and they love it, and you love them, and you don't care if they act, like an idiot as well, because my wife should know. So, like, first thing, like, I think you guys also, like, you can just tell, like, you're just in love, and that's so awesome, and just continue to have that, obviously. But it's also, you guys are very spiritual, and that's so wild to see those three things, because I think the tendency is that, well, if they're spiritual, they must be boring, like, yes. And that's such a stereotypical thing. And that's one thing, like, because you guys see my little nerd room right here, because, like, the assumption is like, well, Christians, why would they have this thing in their room, But, like, this is my stuff, and this is what I love. And, like, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't love fun things. Like, yes. We love fun things. We love fun people. And, like, I think that's one of the cool things about you guys. So how does faith play a part in you guys' relationship? Or just, obviously it does, right?
That was such a foundation for us. He was going through kind of a troubled time in his life, losing both of his grandparents. And then I was just getting back into church. So we kind of grew together in faith. And I think that's what bonded us so close in the beginning. Like I said, there was never that head over heels moment. It was just, we clicked and we both knew that we wanted to be used by God. And he kind of brought us together in an aspect and has been using us together since. And like when we go places, we're almost always together because that's how we see it. We see that we're serving together and that we're supposed to be spiritually one. Yeah. And it plays a big role for us, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I just think when I see you guys, which, we had met a couple of times through Eastwood and stuff, but I've seen you guys on your Facebook, and I know some people are big about, like, well, we don't post pictures and stuff of us on Facebook. Like, I love posting stuff, my wife and I, because I like showing people, like, I like having fun with this woman because we have fun. And, like, I think you guys do the same thing, too. And you guys remind me of me and Nicole, which is another reason, I wanted you guys on here. And so, like, I just think it's so important to see, I think today, and look, if you don't want to hear about faith and religion, fine, you can go listen to another podcast, but in this one, you're going to hear it. It's because it is a part of my life, and I think it's important for people to know that, you can be loving towards people, you can have fun with people, and the problem is there's just this stereotypical thing of Christians, I think, these days that, well, we just hate everybody, and it's like, well, if you don't go by this, then we just don't have nothing to do with this. It's the exact opposite. If you actually talk to somebody who's living faithfully, you know that that's not the case, and I think that's in you guys. And now, Justin, you also, like, you preach as well, right? So, like, what made you decide, or what drove you to want to do that? Or did you get that calling or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know what that is. Like, I have no idea. Like, I would never even think, like, that's one thing I would say for me spiritually. I've never felt like this is something I'm feeling compelled to do. Like, I love teaching because I teach at Pistol now. Me and Marty. Marty allows me, we kind of go back and forth. And he does 2 weeks, I do 2 weeks and stuff, and it's really fun and it's really cool because it takes the pressure off both of us. We don't have to do it every single week, and that's really awesome. But I've just never felt like, oh, okay, this is driving me to it. I feel like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm wondering, did you have that, or was it kind of like, no, I feel like something's pushing me to do preaching?
No, it's kind of like a. I don't know. It's a big thing. Like after I accepted Christ, like I was like, I want to go to college just to learn more because I feel like if I go to college, then I'm going to learn more than I'll learn on my own. And so that was like always my big push. But like when I met her, I just got like me and my roommates kind of like split up. One got married, or was fixing to get married, and the other one was doing some things that, as my new faith, I was really proud of. So. And so, like, I prayed that God would just send me somebody to, like, help me. And, like, I feel like he sent me her because it's just been, like, an amazing journey ever since. But I was, like, she was helping me do my laundry one day. And, like, I was, like, you ever seen God's Not Dead?
Yeah, we've seen about 3/4 of the way through it, and then we watched it too late, and I fell asleep, unfortunately. I know that's a great review for it, but it's true.
Like, I had, like... It had to have been like 50 questions of the Bible, and I just kept asking him because, like, I'm a big history person. Like, if I could afford a room like your nerd room here,
thank you.
I like,
take that as a huge compliment.
And so, like, I would have like a big history room like this, and so I read through like the whole Bible and was just like, I had all these questions, and so I was so intrigued by the history and whatnot, and so like I had all these questions, and he's like, why don't you just become a preacher? And it kind of hit me like. But I was the shyest kid in school. Like public speaking was like I got an A in speech in college just because if you got up there and spoke for 4 minutes, you got an A. I mean, like, and so like it was the farthest thing, but it was the most clearest direction I ever got.
Wow.
And like it was so clear because I asked her, she was hanging clothes for me or something, and I was like, hey. What do you feel about me like accepting the call to preach or something? And she was like, well, I thought you were never going to ask. And like, I mean, it was just basically like, I mean, it was her like, like me never even talking to her about it. Like she already knew that like I should do that. And then like, and then after that, I was like, I mean, like I love to preach and I love to teach the Bible, but like dealing with people is like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. Yeah, that's...
And so like I was like, God, what do you want me to do? And like and then like he again like spoke through me with her, like because like she said like we're supposed to be one, and she went on a mission trip, and it was just like it was over from there. Like, I was like, I knew what this has got because so God used me as my being a preacher.
But then she also used her too to help you see that you should do it, which is awesome.
Because I was like, I can go anywhere. I'm a preacher. Like I can teach anywhere, And so like once she got the passion for something, then
that's
like,
awesome.
it was like right on.
Yeah, Nicole's.
We should teach youth, and so then we was like, man, we're gonna be like 40 and still teaching youth. Like, God, is this really what you want us to do? Like, he kind of opened that door for us, to, like, which youth is great, but.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Like, and it's funny because a couple weeks ago I was working on a lesson, and the lesson just wasn't getting me, like, or I wasn't getting the lesson. I'm sitting there and reading it, and I'm just like, man, I just don't get this. It just, I have no idea what this thing is, what I'm supposed to be teaching. I just read words, and most of the time, like, I can see what the lesson is. You know what I mean? But this one, I just wasn't doing it, and I just wish I didn't have it that week. I really did. I was down here working on it, and Nicole come in here, and she's like, hey, how's it going? Because it's like Sunday at 6 a.m. or something. Everybody was still asleep, and I was working on it, and I was just like, I've read this, and I just can't. I was like, I don't want to teach it because I don't know what to do. And she's like, look. And this was amazing. This was huge for me. She just said, and this was just a couple months ago that she told me this, but it was huge for me ever since then as a teacher. She said, there's a reason you have this lesson. All right. There is a reason because Marty wasn't able to do it that week. So he had asked me to do it. And she was like, there's a reason this lesson has come upon you. So just read it again and try to look at it that way, that there's a reason for you to have this lesson instead of feeling like you've got to do this lesson. What's the point in the lesson? And I wasn't seeing it that way. So I was like, that's true. This is, and so she went back upstairs and I reread it and I felt like I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of see. It's hard to explain to people unless you go through that, but it really is just one of those moments where you go, like I can't, it's like I said, it's just hard for me to explain that spiritual part of it, but when you get that, oh, okay, I get that now. And that's how, I think the Spirit works through you, and it's just all, it's always new to me, still to this day, which is a good thing that you're still experiencing that. But that's cool that he used her to you, and I feel like Nicole did the same thing for me, and still does to me, because there's plenty of times. I don't care to throw this out. There's plenty. Every Sunday morning, I just go, I just want to sleep in, man. I go through that. I feel so bad that I just don't want to go. Like, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Rock on Sunday, Christians. That's not me. You know what I mean? Like, I get up and I'm like, if I teach, I go, I'm really. Now, I'll say this class, I'm really excited to always teach. I really am. Like, going to Pistol has been the most amazing thing for not just me, but this entire family. So I should rephrase that, because I do look forward to going to this class and this church. It's just, in the past, I always thought, why don't I feel motivated to go, But this is the first one where I feel it, you know what I mean? Do you guys feel that way every Sunday morning? Or are you always like, let's do it,
I'm
She's not
like
a morning person.
snooze on my phone. And it's not that I don't want to go to church.
Yeah.
I just enjoy sleeping.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like,
you always see it as a recovery day from like your Saturday and for your Monday through Friday, you know? But it's funny because like when you go, you're like, man, I'm so glad I went. It's that
guilty for not wanting to go.
I know. And Sunday afternoon is so much harder. So much harder for me on Sunday afternoon, because Sunday afternoon you go, clocked in for today, got this one over with, But you're like, no, you need to go on Sunday afternoon. And so I just think that's one thing that's really stood out for me about you guys, and just always keep that. It's easier said than done, obviously. But that's a really great thing that you guys have. And don't be ashamed of not just the spiritual part of it, but the loving part of it. Like just the fact that you love each other. Always let that be known, not just to each other, but to everybody. Who cares? If I've always thought, like, who cares if somebody thinks I'm immature? Or, like, because I'm very immature. I am very immature as my wife. But I can't, it's so cliche and it's so generic. But once this life's over with, your mark's already been made. And how has your mark been made? Were you happy with your mark that's been made? Or do you want to be 60 and 70 going, gosh, man, I wish I just lived a little? And that doesn't mean you have to go bungee jump. It just means, did you just not care and you lived your life? Would you guys agree with that or no?
Yes, most
That's kind of like, even when we made our famous video. That was our hope and praise. As long as we get to touch one person's life, either was through our love or through the journey that God's bring us on, And so I mean that's always been like our thing is like when we first real date, whatever you want to call it. Like we always said that we would only date if we were going to marry. And we told each other that was our focus goal would be is to help people whenever we can. And I mean that's our thing. She's if I have to someone calls me and was like, hey, like Clint asked me to preach, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be on vacation. She's like, no, we'll be back. And so she gets excited.
That's great.
And
that's awesome, guys.
So we serve at another church on a monthly basis. And she's gets excited about serving there with me and doing things there with me. And so it's always been great. I mean, whatever she gets excited about it, I get excited. Whatever I have to do, she gets excited about it, and she supports me. And so
that's
I think
awesome.
that's what gets the love in there too, because she supports my crazy things I do, and then I support her crazy things she wants to do. I want a fidget spinner so bad. I ordered one. It's still in China.
Do you guys have a fidget spinner?
Yeah, my boys have two or three.
Boys.
Yeah, see, I'm not a grown.
I mean, Sarah, look at my room. I can't. I mean, my boys should be in this room technically as well, but I'm in here, so you're probably asking for the wrong aisle.
Yeah, so I mean, mine's still in China, and it looks like a.
I know it took Ethan 3 weeks to get his from China. And then, when he finally got it, everybody sells them here in Cookeville now.
Yeah, so, I went to a gas station the other day, and, they had one. I was like, oh, man, I should buy it. But it was more than the one I ordered, so I was like, no, I'll just wait till the other one comes in. And then she tells me today it's still in China. I'm like, oh, man. It's not going to be cool when I get it.
No.
That's so May of 2017. All right, guys, so... Oh, go ahead. If you need to answer, it's fine.
No.
I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. All right, so
It's work stuff.
no, it's no problem. It's funny. A guy who I interviewed on here once, like his wife called during the podcast, and he answered it and talked. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Don't answer that.
He was like, "Yeah," and you hear her go, "Hey, is everything okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm just still here talking." She's like, "Oh, okay, just make sure you wasn't dead or something." He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm here." I was like, "Bill," he's like, "Ah, it's fine." All right, so, all right, guys, you ready for the questions of torture and awesomeness?
Oh,
And
Yes.
it's not.
Oh, you're
it's,
excited about the
it's
awesome
not.
torture
That,
questions?
it's not so bad.
The more awkward I feel, the more comfortable.
Oh, but it's fixing to get crazy
I might
awkward.
not go to bed after this question.
Okay, no, I'll start off simple. All right, here we go. Question number 1: best character trait. What's your best character trait?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
My jokes.
Okay. All right, your
Why
humor.
are you making that face?
What joke do you ever tell?
We're seeing Justin's worst character trait. No, I'm just kidding. What's your best character trait, Justin?
My best?
Come on.
He's
that's
thinking,
it.
I have so many.
Oh, yeah, that's what I really was thinking.
My suaveness, my humbleness, definitely. Best character trait.
I don't know. I'd say hardworking.
Okay, that's a good one. Worst character trait.
Mine, I cannot say no.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
most people
I'm bad for
struggle
that.
saying yes. I'm the complete opposite. Like I don't want someone to feel bad, so I'm just gonna say yes. And
Yeah. No, I can connect with that, definitely. All right, Justin.
I could come off the wrong way. I don't know what you would call it, but sometimes I can come off like I'm mad, and like sometimes the way I look at you, like, oh, he's really mad at me, but I'm not. Like I'm just,
Oh, okay.
just here. I am.
He's thinking about fidget spinners,
Yeah,
but
like,
you think,
I'm
wow, he
just
really
being
hates
thought
me.
about something. They're like, oh, he is really mad. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm fine. Look at your face.
All right, city, country, or beach?
oh,
That's hard.
it's a toss up between.
No, it's city, country, or beach.
Country.
Okay, just
Country.
country. Okay. Pick your nose or blow your nose, or both.
Pick it.
Blow it.
You can just if you're picking it, you can just get it.
I mean,
You
you know,
know,
if nobody's around, you go, oh, let me get this, you
You
know.
scratch your noggin.
Or do you just go,
eh?
you know, whatever.
Picking your brains.
Okay. So you said below your nose, you said pick your nose.
He's
Okay.
tickling his old brain up.
Reaching out through my earlobe. Little known talent.
I can take a blade of fresh cut grass, put it between my thumbs, and make a really cool sound.
Okay, that's a little known talent. Justin? Justin's like, I've never even seen that little known talent.
I used to do it when I was little.
I can pop my ankles
Ew.
like all the time.
Oh,
pop.
gosh, can you pop it right now?
Oh,
I hope that was your ankle.
Alright.
So-
Yeah, there you go.
that's... Don't kick the table. That doesn't count.
Stop
Ah,
it.
that's
so gross.
That's gross, but that's awesome. Okay, first celebrity crush as a kid.
It's gonna sound really weird.
Okay.
Barney.
Barney, like the
Barney,
dinosaur?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you prepared me for the weird part, because it's definitely weird. Okay.
Or the Red Power Ranger.
The Red Power Ranger.
My
Okay.
first
Was that to do with the black hair, the long black hair? Okay, that's what I thought. I never watched it, but I kind of knew that. Okay, first celebrity crush, Justin.
Still my celebrity crush.
No.
Hayden Panettiere.
That's the chick
Literally.
from Heroes, right?
Or Bring It On.
Heroes, you watch
I've
Heroes
never seen-
too?
No, I never watched it, but I know who she is. I couldn't watch
I liked it
it.
because she was in it.
Okay.
In Prom, that scary movie Prom, she was in that.
Never seen that either. Okay. Let's see. Biggest influences in your life. Give me 2 or 3.
My parents.
Mm-hmm.
The Staggs family.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Staggs family. Gotcha. Justin?
Mine was my grandparents
Mm-hmm.
and I mean,
If you don't have any more,
we'll
that's
go back
fine.
spiritually, but God's like another.
No problem. We'll accept that. Favorite cartoons? Give me 2 or 3. Justin, what she's thinking?
Tom and Jerry.
Tom
That's
and
my
Jerry?
Favorite all time.
Okay.
Favorite.
I see. I don't like favorites. I hate favorites. I never can
You're
pick.
really not
'cause
going to
I
like the
feel
rest of these
wrong
questions.
Picking him one and not the other.
Oh man, we go to the grocery store and like it's 20 hours and they're just picking out one thing, which rice we're gonna eat.
Okay, but favorite favorite cartoon.
Favorite cartoons.
I really don't know.
Come on, give me one. Just give me one. Throw one out there. I promise they won't get mad at you, the other ones that you're thinking about.
I
She
like
picked
Dexter's
SpongeBob.
Laboratory.
Oh,
Dexter's
right.
Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay, roller coasters, yay or nay?
Yes.
No.
Okay, agree, Justin. I agree. Last movie that made you cry?
Secret Life of Pets.
Secret
That one will get you right here.
Secret Life of Pets. Well,
They took him down under.
that's true. That's true. All right, Justin.
I don't cry during movies.
I've
You
never
don't-
seen this
No,
guy cry.
I've never cried.
What?
I've cried one
And he's
time.
all the time,
I've
he's
cried
like,
one
I'm
time.
crying. Like when you text him something, he's like, oh, that's so sweet, I'm crying. But I've never
Like,
seen him cry.
I don't ball up in a ball. Oh my gosh, no. No.
Like, never
I
even
cried.
seen a tear.
I love
had
that you
tears.
say that like a robot. I'm crying. That's such a sad movie. Is that what it's like?
I cried right before we got married.
Oh, okay,
I was
no, that's-
blindfolded.
That's acceptable.
I was
He's
blindfolded.
blindfolded, so no
I
one
was
can see him
blindfolded.
crying.
But she could hear me, and like we were praying, but she could see
blindfold
me, but
drained
I
up the
couldn't see
tears.
her. And we
seen
were
those
praying
pictures, by the way.
and like I teared up a little bit there.
That's awesome. See, you're good recovery. Very good recovery. Okay. The word fart or poot, which is the one that you would use more?
Fart. I farted on our first date.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god! I say
When
fart.
we were coming back from Cheddar's, I
Cheddars.
just kind of cracked the window, and he was like, "Are you hot?" And I was like, "No."
Did you know, Justin?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know till a year later.
Well,
Like,
that's
after
good.
a year. I kind of.
That's good because I'll tell you something. That right there would have been like,
I was like, why is she cracking the window? It's like it was November, almost December. I was like, man, it ain't hot in here.
that is one of the best answers we've had. Okay. Do you sleep with a fan on or off? Do you guys have a
we don't
fan?
have a fan.
Oh gosh.
We're looking into that though. That's something we're
It's a whole nother
investigating.
level. We have a meeting in Cookville where all of us meet.
The
Let us
fan
know,
club.
and there's a whole sticker you put on the back of your car. The
I mean,
police let you keep
We're
going.
doing some research on it. Really.
Oh, it's so awesome! It's so awesome. Okay, favorite teacher of all time, like
Oh,
from school.
Coach Chaffin. I just saw him last night.
Okay,
Mr. Herbert.
Mr. Herbert. Mine would probably be Mr. St. John. I've never answered that
Mr.
question.
Herbert looked like Mario. Literally like Mario.
Interesting.
What
Mario.
did he teach? What's your teacher?
He was just 6th grade, and like I remember I was struggling in 9th grade, and because I just wasn't taking it seriously, and my mother had contacted Mr. St. John and said, "Hey, would you mind helping him?" He actually helped me pass 9th grade. He was like, "Yeah," so he started tutoring me in the afternoons after school, and like I'll always like I love Mr. St. John. That's the most awesome guy ever. So. Yeah, so Mr. St. John, if you're listening, probably not. First car. First car. Trust me, there's going to be like 3 people listening to this. 2 of the views will be me. And then maybe you guys. I don't know if you'll listen to it. You guys will. First car.
1996 Pontiac Grand Am. 2-door and red. I put a Bumblebee exhaust on this thing because I thought I was like Fast and Furious. Man, I thought that was cool.
God. I always
Paul
tell him,
Walker and Vin Diesel and their
Yeah.
Pontiac Grand Am. Nice.
I always tell him if I had grew up around him, I would have never gone for him. Nope. No, I have a 98 Explorer.
Okay. All right. I had an 85 Honda Accord. But the worst car I ever had was right after that. I had I had an 85 Buick LeSabre with a diesel engine.
What?
So you can imagine the ladies back in the day when I'd start that sucker up, would kill every mosquito within 20 miles. It was just pitiful. I mean, like I'd be at red lights in McMinnville, and like they like always want to like race you if you're at the start of the red light, and I'd be like, "Don't do this to me," and like, and I'm like. I'm in a Buick LeSabre, dude. So every now and then I'd just be like, gas it and just It's like every car within a quarter-mile radius would disappear behind me. It's really, I'm not kidding. It was that bad. I mean, it was so horrible. Okay, something you haven't done yet, but you still want to do.
CrossFit.
Okay. CrossFit, what is that, like
It's like high intense workout.
Oh, okay. Like going to the fridge.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
You gotta bend down to get stuff sometimes, you know?
No, I don't do that. Just don't eat those things. All right, Justin.
I want to go to Hawaii. That's like my number one bucket list.
Nice. Just stay away from the visitor part of Hawaii. Go to because I've had so many family and friends that's been there. And so, like, if you go to, is it Maui? That's very visitorish. Stay away from there because it's just like you're not even in Hawaii. But go to the places that nobody else goes because that's the best part about Hawaii.
Makes sense.
Okay, sing in the car. Do you do it?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Let's see. Favorite Disney movie?
Pocahontas.
Yes, that's right.
No one's a toss.
Mine's Sword in the Stone. I think I say that nearly I find a way to kind of throw the Sword in the Stone in there because I love that movie. That's what Nicole painted for me, by the way. She did that.
Oh, that's cool.
That looks exactly like the movie.
I know. Like, everybody was blown away when they seen it. I was like, my wife's awesome. Okay, so favorite Disney movie, Justin?
This is easy. The Jungle Book.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I still say.
I love the movie. The live action was really good. Have you guys seen it? Yet?
We haven't seen it in theater.
It was great. Okay, wedgie, pull it out or let it ride. If you're like in public.
Pull it
I'll
out.
pull it out.
Okay, good. But you kind of have to move over because like you just don't go. All right. Have you ever watched an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
No.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
When? Oh my
Now these
gosh.
questions have paid off. Now these questions.
When?
Wait a minute.
Since
Let
Let me
TV.
hold on. Let me rephrase the question. Have you ever watched more than 5 episodes?
No.
Okay, good.
Gosh, if you were gonna say yes.
Justin's got like seasons 1 through 7 hid somewhere at the house.
Because it's like when you're like, shoot, when I was in.
This podcast has already been made from that answer, right? I don't even care about how you guys met now. I'm going to make that the feature thing at the beginning.
That's the title. Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Keeping up with Justin. Okay, someone has a booger and they're talking to you. Do you tell them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't want someone to tell me.
Now, even if it's a stranger,
Oh, yeah.
we have.
We
Well, not
That's
we.
guts.
But, yeah.
that's guts. I can't do it. Now, like if it's my family or friend, I'll be like, you know.
I try to like give him hints without telling
Oh,
them.
that's
And
worse.
be like,
Because then if they rub it and it goes, you're gonna be like, when it goes past the face, you're like, it's on the finger. Don't shake their hand. Think about that. Think about it. Pants or shorts?
shorts.
Pants.
Okay. Best music album. I know you hate these things, but
Okay. The 18. No, 18s? 18. No, 18's from. I can't answer that.
the
I don't
18 from the
even
80s?
know.
The TV show?
They sung Dancing Queen.
Oh, you're talking about ABBA.
Yeah.
ABBA.
Yeah.
Where did you get the 18, man?
I don't know.
ABBA, yeah, they're Swedish. They were all Swedish. Like,
I know who that is.
yeah.
It
Oh,
was
they
a
got great
disco
songs. They got Dancing
CD.
Queen, Mamma Mia. Yeah. And it'll be now, we'll start it with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and then we're going to throw in her singing Mamma Mia right after that. And I'm going to blast it, too, with the music in the background. Okay, best music album.
I don't know album names. I just know some.
Band, give me a band that you love.
Oh, like we're going old school, like high school.
Yeah,
band I
bring it.
loved. It has to be either Nickelback or Alice in Chains.
I'll edit out Nickelback, and this way it makes it seem like you said Alice in Chains. I seen Jerry Cantrell
Metallica.
live, by the way, who's the lead
Or
guitarist.
Metallica was good.
There
back
you
in the
go.
day,
See?
Or
Don't ever start with Nickelback over those guys.
Essence.
Evanescence?
Evanescence.
Yeah, yeah.
like, that was a good song.
Yeah, she was awesome. Okay, let's see. Okay, last question. 2 proudest moments of your life. Go, and then you'll be done.
Proudest moment. Probably getting married. That's not
Okay.
really like a
No, that
proud
count.
moment.
Yeah, you're proud of it that it happened and you said yes and you
Yeah.
were there. That's
I
a proud
was there.
moment.
Well, no, I'm gonna have to say like baptism day.
Okay.
That was a really cool day.
Okay. Justin.
I'd say marrying her. Like,
Okay.
because that was like a lifelong dream. I was
Right.
like, I got to marry my dream girl, and then like, the day I baptized my sister, I'm still.
I seen that a couple weeks ago, which was really, really awesome that you got to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw one last question in here, and we'll try to wrap it up here. What do you want to say to future Justin and future Sarah? Because someday you guys are going to listen to this, and what do you want to say to them?
That serving sizes are lies and don't pay any attention to them
Okay.
because
So
Sorry.
old Sarah's going to be like, what did I even mean by
sorry, I have
that?
to throw this in because Ben and Jerry's little pint-sized ice cream things say they serve 6 people.
Right.
Who shares that with 6 people?
That's true. Good
No.
point.
But on a serious note, sorry. I would have to say to give every day your most. Don't stress over the little things because you do that a lot. And just have a good time and try to enjoy each
Awesome.
other.
Awesome. Great, great. Justin, what about you?
Oh, no. I'm just gonna go with the flow kind of guy. Like,
That's okay.
I would say just be more serious and focused. Be more focused.
Okay, be more focused. Okay, gotcha. All right, guys, did you have fun?
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, you're not the first one to do that. I do that often. Justin's the first one to do this.
First one to knock over.
No. You're okay. You're okay. All right, guys, did you have fun though?
I
Yeah.
had a blast.
Okay, awesome. I will get this posted. It'll probably be within 2 weeks. So, because I've done a lot in the past couple of days, a couple podcasts in a couple of days. So, I got to get those out there as well. But I've had a great time, and I hope you guys. This has been fun for me because I've got to know you guys. And like I said, I see a lot of you guys and Nicole and I. And so we need to make sure that we hang out, and just not like this way, through podcasts, like hang out. Because I know you mentioned you guys are going to be there in a couple of weeks. So we should have lunch.
We'll be there in a month.
Awesome.
Pistol.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for doing this. And if you want, you can do it again sometime down the road if that's cool.
Hey, I will gladly talk if anyone wants to listen. Okay?
Well, never mind. We probably won't be doing this again. No, I'm just kidding. No, this has been fun, guys. Thank you so much. And say bye to everybody.
Bye!
See ya.
This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the part where they put all the boring stuff, like who produced it, wrote it, and such. This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the exit music. Why are you even still here looking at this stuff? For the My Peeps show. The My Peeps show.